Bonjour, decor lovers. Today, we're diving into the enchanting world of French country style, where soft yellows and elegant grays blend seamlessly with vintage charm. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or a lover of repurposed treasures, this video is your ultimate guide to creating a home that whispers rustic sophistication. Don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss our inspiring decor journeys, and let us know in the comments, what's your favorite French country element? Yellow brings sunshine, gray adds refinement. Together, they create a palette that's both warm and refined. Imagine buttery yellows evoking Provençal fields, paired with soft grays reminiscent of aged limestone. This duo works wonders in kitchens, living rooms, and even bedrooms, offering versatility and timeless appeal. Whether you choose muted tones or bold accents, this combination will transform any space into a French country dream. The heart of French country decor lies in the hunt for vintage treasures. Scour flea markets, thrift stores, and estate sales for chipped pictures, weathered frames, and time-worn furniture. Look for pieces with history. A crackled paint finish or an ornate carving tells a story. Pro tip: don't dismiss imperfections, they add character. A little love, and maybe some chalk paint, can turn forgotten finds into statement pieces. Why buy new when you can repurpose? An antique ladder becomes a rustic blanket rack. Chipped teacups transform into charming candle holders. The key is creativity. See beyond an item's original use. Sand, paint, or rewire to fit your vision. Not only is repurposing eco-friendly, but it also infuses your home with one-of-a-kind charm that mass-produced decor simply can't replicate. Distressed finishes are a hallmark of French country style. Start with a solid wood piece, a dresser, chair, or table, and layer chalk paint in gray or yellow. Lightly sand edges to reveal wear for that lived-in look. Wax finishes add depth and protection. The goal? Make it look like it's been passed down through generations. The more flaws, the better. Texture is everything. Drape a gray linen throw over a yellow armchair, or layer toile patterned pillows on a neutral sofa. Look for natural fabrics like cotton, burlap, and lace to enhance the rustic vibe. Don't shy away from mixing patterns. Stripes, florals, and checks can coexist beautifully when tied together by your color scheme. Fresh blooms elevate French country decor effortlessly. Arrange sunflowers or lavender in a vintage pitcher for a pop of yellow, or place eucalyptus in a gray stoneware vase for subtle sophistication. Dried flowers also work beautifully, adding a timeless, romantic touch. Pro tip: use mismatched containers. A mix of ceramics and glass enhances the curated look. Walls tell a story in French country homes. Hang a mix of antique mirrors, botanical prints, and vintage plates in yellow and gray tones. A salvre-du shutter or an old window frame adds architectural interest. Arrange pieces asymmetrically for an organic, collected over time feel. Remember, less symmetry equals more charm. Lighting sets the mood. Opt for wrought iron chandeliers, vintage-inspired sconces, or a repurposed mason jar pendant. Soft, warm bulbs enhance the cozy ambience. For a quick update, spray paint a thrifted brass fixture in matte gray and pair it with yellow linen shades. The result? Instant French country allure. The kitchen is the soul of a French country home. Open shelving displaying yellowware bowls, gray stoneware, and copper accents creates visual warmth. Add a checkered curtain or a crocheted tea towel for texture. Even small details, like a vintage bread box or a repurposed spice rack, make a big impact. A French country table is an invitation to linger. Start with a weathered wooden table as your base, then layer on soft gray linens for understated elegance. Add yellow ceramic plates, mismatched vintage silverware, and a centerpiece of wildflowers in a repurposed milk jug. Napkins tied with twine and handwritten place cards complete the look. Every meal feels like a countryside gathering when your table tells a story. Transform your bedroom into a French country haven with a gray upholstered headboard and buttery yellow bedding. A vintage quilt draped at the foot of the bed adds texture, while an antique armoire, distressed in soft gray, provides storage with character. Twinkling string lights or a wrought iron chandelier create a romantic glow. The key? Balance comfort and elegance. Think plush layers with delicate vintage touches. Even the smallest bathroom can exude French country charm. Paint the vanity in a muted gray and style it with a yellow wash basin or enamelware accessories. Hang an antique mirror above the sink and display rolled-up linen towels in a rustic basket. A dried lavender bundle by the sink adds fragrance and a touch of Provence. Don't forget a vintage-inspired faucet. Small details make all the difference. Extend your French country style outdoors with a bistro set painted in gray and yellow. Repurpose an old wooden crate as a plant stand for herbs like lavender and thyme. Hang a weathered shutter on the fence as a backdrop for climbing roses. At night, illuminate the space with lanterns or fairy lights. Your patio will feel like a hidden corner of the French countryside. French country decor evolves with the seasons. In spring, swap gray throws for yellow gingham cushions. In autumn, add pumpkins and dried wheat bundles. Winter calls for plaid blankets and candlelit warmth. The beauty of this style? A few small changes keep it feeling fresh while maintaining its timeless core. Rotate vintage finds to keep your space dynamic yet cohesive. Create your own French country art with simple DIYs. Transfer vintage botanical prints onto canvas, or stencil a toile pattern onto a plain pillow. Paint a thrifted frame in gray and fill it with a pressed flower arrangement. Even hand-lettered French phrases on reclaimed wood add charm. The goal? Infuse your personality into every corner without breaking the bank. Clutter has no place in French country decor, but storage can still be stylish. Use a repurposed yellow step ladder to hang quilts, or stack gray-painted crates for books and knickknacks. Baskets with linen liners hide essentials while adding texture. An antique trunk doubles as a coffee table and storage. Function meets beauty in every piece. country isn't just for adults. A gray crib with yellow gingham bedding creates a sweet nursery. Repurpose a vintage dresser as a changing table, and hang antique storybook prints on the walls. For older kids, a wooden desk painted in yellow with gray accents makes homework feel charming. The secret? Keep the palette soft and the touches playful. Even furry family members deserve French country flair. A gray-washed dog bed with a yellow cushion blends seamlessly into your decor. Use an antique bowl for water, or repurpose a dough bowl as a pet toy bin. A vintage-inspired pet portrait above their bed adds a whimsical touch. Because every detail matters. A French country home isn't just about looks, it's about ambience. Simmer lavender and lemon on the stove, or light a soy candle in Provence meadow. Linen spray with a hint of vanilla keeps bedding fresh. Open the windows to let in a breeze, and let the scent of your herb garden drift inside. Engage all the senses for a truly immersive experience. Here's a fun DIY challenge. Grab one thrifted item, a frame, stool, or tray, and give it a French country makeover. Paint it gray, add yellow accents, or distress it for age. Share your before and after in the comments. I'd love to see your creativity. Sometimes, the most stunning decor starts with a little imagination and a lot of love. French country doesn't require a chateau budget. Shop secondhand, repurpose what you have, and focus on high-impact, low-cost changes, like paint and textiles. Mix a few investment pieces, a vintage chandelier, with DIY projects. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about charm, and that's priceless. Beware of overdoing it. Too many patterns or colors can clash. Stick to your yellow/gray palette and balance rustic with refined. Avoid matchy-matchy furniture sets. Vintage pieces should feel collected, not uniform. And don't forget scale. A tiny floral print on a large sofa can get lost, while an oversized armoire in a small room overwhelms. It's the little things that tie it all together: a yellow ribbon on a gray curtain tieback, a vintage key as a wall hook, or a handwritten recipe framed in the kitchen. Walk through your space and add moments of delight: a sprig of fresh herbs in a teacup, a stack of leather-bound books. These subtle touches make your home uniquely yours. And just like that, you've unlocked the secrets to a home filled with warmth, history, and effortless elegance. Whether you're repurposing a flea market find or simply adding a yellow throw pillow to your gray sofa, every step brings you closer to the French country dream. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Tag me in your DIY photos, drop a comment with your favorite tip, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more decor magic. À bientôt, my fellow decor enthusiasts.